Hey everybody, my name is Paul Austin from Barrie, Ontario, Canada, and I'm coming to you today to explain what has happened to me in the last year and a bit. It is dramatic, and why? It's all because of a sock. And hey, I know that's hard to believe. What could a sock possibly do? But let's backtrack. About a year and a bit ago, my good buddy Terry St. Amand shared these neurological socks with me, and he performed a demo on me that just blew my mind. I just couldn't believe the difference. I did a lateral stability, a dynamic stability, and a range of motion test, and instantly after I did it, and then I did it wearing the socks, the changes were just, it was night and day. I was like just solid, and he couldn't move me, and I wasn't able to be like pushed forward or like, brought forward. You'd have to see the test to understand what I'm talking about, but man, I was just blown away at what happened and the differences in that strength, stability, and range of motion. So of course that proved the efficacy of the product instantly to me, but of course I was still a skeptic, and that's okay. A lot of people are, and I needed to do my research, and I needed to say, hey, is this the real deal or not? So what I did is I had other people test me, and I did the test on them, and that's when I knew, okay, this was the real deal. Of course, I believe my good friend Terry. We've been friends for 15 years, but you just can't help but say, wow, how could a sock possibly do this? And normally it's a pill or it's something invasive. So of course, I just, said to him, hey, I'd really like to get some more product here and, give it to my family and friends because I wanted to test it and I wanted some for myself. So of course, I, being the researcher I am, I looked things up, and I kept seeing this demo being performed and people just being stunned by it. And then of course I decided to, test it out myself. So in terms of working out and different things like that, dramatic differences. Just energy levels were just crazy, recovery, and just lifting more weights, doing more reps. But more importantly was that I just knew that I was stronger, more balanced, and I just felt lighter on my feet. It was just awesome. And another thing is I'm a publisher, so I have a magazine. I'm always on the road. A lot of times too, we do trade shows. We're handing out magazines. We're standing on our feet all day. So of course I went and did an event, and I decided to just stand there and do what I always did. But of course I wore the socks this time, and it was just a different day. I didn't feel like crashing at 1, 2 o'clock. I had this renewed energy. My feet were lighter. I honestly didn't even think about sitting on the chair that was sitting right beside me. Backtrack, into the past, and my gosh, I would take every opportunity to sit on that chair if nobody was around or I didn't have to hand out any magazines. So for me, that was just, the start of, okay, I could totally prove that this has helped me. So now it was time to share it with others. So since then, I have shared it with my mother, who was struggling in yoga, struggling in pickleball in terms of she was tripping. She had a dragging foot. It was just difficult for her to like go chase down a ball or it's kind of like a game of tennis if you're not familiar with what pickleball is. Yoga, of course, is total balance, strength, and I used to think it was just a joke, and no, yoga's difficult. So, of course, my mom took the socks. She was blown away. She had better balance. She, when she was playing pickleball, she again had that lightness on her foot. She said that she just didn't struggle and trip, and it wasn't even psychological because she did the old switcheroo, and she felt like the same things were happening again, because I really wanted people to test this for me as well. And next was my brother. He had plantar fasciitis. He installed satellite. He's up and down ladders. He's in and out of trucks. And I gave him the socks, and sure enough, a couple days later, his plantar fasciitis went away. So for me, that was just, are you kidding me? I thought, there's no way. How's that possible, And I knew it was my brother. He was telling me, hey, I don't have pain. So I had to believe it. It was true. And this was just I'm in the beginning of sharing this, so I really don't know exactly what it was capable of. So moving forward to my brother in terms of a sport, he played golf. He played the same course 10 years. He could never crack 70. That was his bucket list to get in the 60s one day. And sure enough, I gave him the socks and he shot a 68. So, he knew he felt different and better. He was driving the ball further. He was more accurate. So when you combine all these things together, I just knew that this was a winner and that I would like to pursue, helping other people. And that's what I've been doing for the last, about 7, 8 months. And I've just been totally gratified with, being able to share this with people with different conditions and ailments and things that are debilitating to some. There's nothing worse than suffering on a daily basis. I was totally unaware of how many people truly are hurting in their world. And now I'm on a mission to help the owner reach 1 billion people and beyond. So we want to affect lives in a positive way, and it's through a simple way of wearing a pair of socks. So if you haven't put these socks on your feet, or you're skeptical and you're not sure, just put them on your feet, wear them consistently, and you will be so glad you did. And I know I am, and I know the people around me are as well. So thanks for listening to my testimonial, and I hope that this, we get to 1 billion people very quickly, and we will if we just keep sharing and telling people about this amazing technology. Thank you, VoxxLife, and we'll talk to you soon.